Hello and welcome! This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more of the Farming Simulator 19 playthrough on Felsbrunn. So I did end up picking up the contract on the Field 32 as discussed in the previous video, so I finished all this up. All I have to do is deliver it over to Grain Elevator East, which is literally right next to the field, so this shouldn't be too much difficulty. Now, one benefit of me taking this job is my harvester does need fuel and maybe some maintenance. Not as big of a need, but the fuel is definitely a need, so we can get the fuel on our way back in the town. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this off. I suspect this will be it. There's a little bit left in the harvester, but not a lot. It should be almost empty. So yeah, it's pretty much like right next door that we drop this off. I also brought the forklift because there's something I want to pick up at the shop. But we'll take care of the harvester first. Alright, so again, I'm going to try and be quick on the button presses here, so... I'm not sure exactly how much we're going to need to dump off. It's oats that we were getting here, in case you didn't already see that. There we go. So I got a little bit of money out of that, but I was able to stop it pretty quickly there, so about 2,000. I'm going to go ahead and pull back round to the harvester and get what remains in it. I don't remember if I left the pipe out or not. I probably did, but I don't recall. It is getting close to being dark at this stage. This field wasn't too big. It didn't take too long to get through it. But my harvester doesn't have a lot of capacity, so I had to offload. So yeah, this harvester does all right on the fields we have right now, but it's definitely going to be one of the first things I want to upgrade. And if I were to do things over again, maybe I would have worked to get a slightly better harvester than I did. Okay, a little bit more than I thought, but not that much more. Alright, so I'm going to worry about the tractor later. I'm going to go ahead and take care of the harvester. Unfortunately, it's also slow, which is another downside of it. Normally not a problem on our own field, but when I have to come all the way over here to work on fields, it's a little bit more of a problem. Gives me more emphasis to borrow equipment rather than use my own when it comes to harvesting, which honestly is the main contracts I want to do. Possibly the only contracts I want to do. Because financially speaking, they're probably the only contracts that are worth it. Alright, because this thing's so slow, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a cut here. I'll come back once we get to the refueling process and some of these other steps that I'm going to do. Alright, we're almost there. I'm not exactly sure the path I need to take to get there. But we'll figure it out, as I have not been to this fuel station yet. I assume we take a left here. It might link on this side, we might have to go around, but it looks like it links, because I think that's it right there in front of us. But yeah, fuel's starting to run a little low, and then I might just hit it up for maintenance, because we're going to be driving by the store anyway. Oh, okay, I can start filling here, apparently. Alright. Okay, so it only cost me 198 euros, it's not too bad. One thing I didn't really pay attention when I purchased this is how big its fuel tank is. That'll be something I look at. As a matter of fact, we can look at it right now. So if we go here, garage, it has a 300 liter fuel tank. Now I would like to see a comparison of this harvester to some of the other harvesters that are in the game. I might do that once I get to the store. Because it seems like this guy runs low on fuel pretty quickly. The main other harvester that I have a lot of experience with is the New Holland. And I'd just like to see how different the size of the fuel tank is between the two. Because that might be another downside of this particular harvester, is that it's not very fuel efficient. But yeah, as you can see, I also kind of need maintenance here, so we'll go ahead and do that while we're on the way. Alright, let's go ahead and take a peek at that, though. So, other harvesters. So the New Holland's the one I'm more familiar with. Yeah, it does have slightly bigger tank. And then the one I'd like to upgrade to, yeah, has a significantly larger fuel tank. Yeah, so this is the one I want to upgrade to, but it's going to be a while before we can afford it. Now, what I could do is end up taking a loan, but I don't think we're in that stage just yet. Especially if we're considering doing maintenance here. Alright. So we're just going to repair it. It's going to cost us another 271 euros. Yes. Oh, I forgot to finish off that contract, didn't I? I'm so used to being loaned equipment that at this stage I should be fine to do so. So let's go ahead and finish that off. So completed, collect. So we get about 1,700 euros out of this. Nice. Go ahead and hop back into the harvester and take it home. Now, at the moment, we don't really have a lot going on. We're waiting for the one field to get to a point of harvesting, but honestly, even if that happened, I'm not sure if I would harvest it yet because there's still that one strip that would be behind a growth tick. So, we might not have anything else left to do tonight. So it's just going to be a matter of, oh, I should turn on headlights. Taking this home. Also, taking home the tractor. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put another cut in here. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to drive the harvester home. I'm going to go get my other tractor, start bringing it home. I'll probably cut in once we get to the store because I'm going to pick up the pallet there. All right, we are nearing the store. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that pallet and we'll go home. Alright. I think just to make this easier on myself, I'll detach the trailer here. Alright, which way do we need to attack this thing from? I'll go from this angle. Alright. Bring it down a little bit. Almost got it. Go ahead and... Oop. There we go. Raise it up just a little bit. Okay. I think I'm starting to get the hang of the front loader. It's something I need more practice with, but we're getting there. Sometimes I get a little confused when I'm not really putting a lot of thought into it because, at least with my control setup, up is down and down is up on my joystick. And then sometimes I forget which one tilts the pallet fork up or down. That'll come with time, hopefully. Alright, I'm just gonna drop it off over here somewhere. I guess we could put it next to the other one. That'll probably do. Oh. Gotta love when that happens. Alright, I guess that's where it's gonna stay for right now. Oh. The canola ready? It looks like it is. Alright, so we must have had a growth tick while I was on my way. Alright, I'm just gonna drop off the oats here. Now, I may not want to harvest it just yet. So I'm going to have to kind of evaluate where we're at. Stick the trailer here for now. All right, let's take a look at where we're at. So one thing we definitely want to do is we want to get our second level of fertilizer. What the hell? What's with those weeds? I knew I missed one spot, but apparently I missed two. I guess I could hit that because it's a more substantial miss than I initially thought. Okay, well, we'll take care of that, hopefully. But we want to do that second stage. So I might as well do that. No real reason to delay that because we wouldn't want to miss our window, so. Let me go ahead and drop off the... Oh, I do want to check on my chickens real quick. Do they need anything? They've got 100% cleanliness, so we're good there. There's now 66 of them. We'll have another one in 2.5 hours. Alright, that'll do. Let me hop out of this for right now. I'm gonna guess it's fertilizer in the sprayer right now. Oh, it's nothing in the sprayer right now. So what do we want to hit first? Possibly the crop protection, because I want to kind of clean things up. With there being 2 pallets, it's entirely unnecessary. We could most likely combine these. Maybe I should have picked up this one first. Alright. Let's see if I can figure out where this is. It's going to be kind of hard to see with it being as dark as it is. But I think this is substantial enough that it's worth taking a look at. So let's take a look at the map. Alright, there's a spot. Should be somewhere in front of me. Okay, I think I see it. Really hard to make out in the dark. We should be close enough to it, so I'm just going to go ahead, unfold here. We'll give it a pass. It's a little bit of a waste of resources, but kind of is what it is. And spray. Hopefully we get it with this pass. I mean, I cover a wide area, so one would hope I'm getting it right now. I can't see the weeds at all, but again, it's dark, so... Okay, so we got that bit, and we are already doing what we're doing here, so let's try and hit the other bit here. If we can figure out where it is. This one's going to be even harder to figure out. Okay, it's somewhere in front of me. I'm going to pull up a little bit more so we're not wasting... where we don't need to be. Alright, I'm just gonna start going. Let's just make sure we get it, so I don't have to do this again. Okay, that might be it. Let's take a look. Maybe. It's possible I'm driving over the area right now, though, so drive forward a little bit. No, I totally missed it. Alright, let's just turn on the sprayer now and back up. I got it that time. It's really hard to say. That's one of the things I kind of hate sometimes when you're trying to hit these little spots, is that your tractor oftentimes covers it over. Yeah, I just barely didn't get it. All right, this is the last time. If I don't get it this time, I'm giving up. I think I got it. All right. A little bit of unnecessary stuff there, possibly, but it didn't cost me that much in resources. Yeah, I did this backwards. I can consolidate this, though. So what I'm gonna do... Well, honestly, I'm not sure I can. I really didn't use that much. Just leave it for right now. Okay, this should be enough for this field. Yeah, I really don't like doing this stuff in the dark because it's really hard. It's going to be, I think, pretty likely I miss a spot. We'll see. I might be ultra conservative with it just so I don't have to do what I just did. Because the fertilizer is really important. It's going to be the biggest bonus by far and away. So we really need to be on top of that and make sure we're getting it completed. Yeah, but when it all comes down to it, this is definitely... Hitting both stages of fertilizer is going to be your biggest yield bonus. So if you really don't want to tackle it, in theory, you can ignore weeds, because that's only a 15% penalty. It starts to add up if you ignore a lot of things, but the fertilizer can make up for a lot of that. Alright, so this is probably a lot of overlap, but I can't see what I'm doing, so let's just go with it. In any case, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a cut here, and I'll come back once I'm done spraying the field. Hopefully I get it all. Okay, all done with the fertilizer. And I think we're pretty much done with the day. I think I'm going to wait to harvest here. I want another growth tick before I even start on it, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to clean some things up here real quick. Not even sure if I'm going to bother with the pallet fork. I might just nudge that if it will let me. Might just nudge his pallet over to kind of where I want it. Alright, that'll do. Okay. So yeah, I think we're pretty much done for today. Tomorrow morning we'll have the harvest. Before I go to bed, I am going to do the financials. This is something I'd like to do every day if I remember. So repay, we're going to repay 10,000. I should have enough money to do that. So we're down to 220. We have almost 20,000 left in the bank. And really, honestly, where we're at right now, I have a lot of stuff in storage. So if ever the prices are actually half reasonable, we'll be able to take advantage of that. But for the meantime, prices on anything right now are just not particularly good. So it's worth waiting. Probably the main thing that I'm seeing that is maybe a good price. Well, not even now. I was going to say corn, but corn's not even a good price right now. Now it's raising, so maybe in the morning it'll be good. So in any case, let's go ahead and go to bed. It's almost 10 o'clock. I think that's a reasonable time to go to bed. Let me think. How many hours do I want to go to sleep for? Maybe 8. Maybe 7. It will be dark, but I don't want too much time to pass. Because we're definitely going to get one more growth tick with 7 hours. Yeah, we'll get up extra early. So loan interest and property maintenance. All good. There is going to come a time when I'm going to need... Alright, so if we take a look at our field here. So both of it's ready to harvest. We still have one more tick of ready to harvest before it's withered, so we have plenty of time to take care of this. So we'll come on over. We'll just start with the harvesting right away, because I don't really see anything else. As far as our other field, it's one tick away from being ready to harvest, so that won't happen for another... Again, I don't know when the growth tick happened, but let's say 6 hours, so... Alright, let's go ahead and turn on our lights. Now that it's all ready to harvest, we don't really have to start at any particular point. We can just do the field how we normally would. Okay, that looks good to me. And go. So we should have a decent amount of canola. Once I'm done with this harvest, I'm going to look at the prices because a decent amount of time has passed. Probably worth checking on all the prices of the various goods that we have to see if it would be a good idea to do a run to sell some of this stuff. Now this first bit here is a little tricky because I can't really back up without backing into my own crops. So for this field, I'll do one back and forth. I probably have already shown this. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead, put another cut in here. I'll get the harvest done, and we'll be back. Alright, we're almost done with this field. Just a couple more passes. But yeah, a decent amount of canola here. And once we're done with this, we'll check the prices. If prices are still not good, I've got a few tasks around the farm to do. First off, clean up the chickens area. Looks like they do need it. When I was doing the passes, I looked over and I saw 3 packages now of eggs. Not sure if that's still worth picking up and selling just yet. I don't know how many chickens we have. I didn't look at that. It looks like I got maybe a little over 8,000 from this harvest. Alright, I'll go ahead and dump this off in the trailer. Alright. Yeah, let's see how much exactly we ended up with. Well, I guess we can check prices while we wait. Alright, so the main thing I'm concerned with right now is canola, which we currently have. Best price I see is $12.98. Which I don't think is a good price. Yeah, we're looking for more like $13.50. That is above average, but still not necessarily a stellar price. I could sell it if I'm desperate, but I'm not really in a desperate point right now. So, yeah, I think we just end up putting this in the silo. We'll check over our other prices. And then we'll see. Alright, so while this is dumping, let's see. So I don't really have very much of, but these prices just offhand look bad. And they are. Okay, so Barley we have a decent amount of, and it looks like the prices have dropped since last we looked, so that's a no. Sunflower, I see a price of 1,600. That might be good. Let's see, sunflower, that is a good price for sunflower. So that's probably something we want to get. What else? Soybeans, 1,750. That's probably a good thing for soybeans as well. Let's check. It's close enough. So soybeans and sunflowers, I don't think we have anything else. Yeah, corn we don't have any of. So both of those would be good sells, and we do have a decent amount of both of them. Before I do that, though, I'm gonna clean up the chickens. We'll check on the chickens real quick. How are they doing? Cleanliness is currently at 77%. Productivity is at 97%. We currently have 69 chickens, plus 1 rooster. We're gonna have another one in... Okay. 2 hours and 45 minutes. All right. So let me go ahead and grab the front loader and the bucket. We'll clean up after the chickens because it seems like they need it. It looks like we can make some good money here, as sunflower and soybeans are one of the more valuable goods that we have. Fortunately, canola, the thing we have the most of, not really all that valuable right now. Then I'm going to sell the sunflowers first because that price is actually really good for sunflower, 1,600. So that one's a higher priority to me. And then we'll do the soybeans if the price holds. Alright, hopefully I'm low enough. Like that's a negative. There we go. Okay, and then just lift it back, dump. Okay, excellent. How are they doing on actual food capacity? Last time I checked, I mean, they're not going through this food all that fast. Still 70 is saying 77% on the cleanliness, but food-wise, yeah, they still have a decent amount of food, so I'm not too worried about it. Hopefully that updates soon, because it looks like I got everything I needed to get there. All right. But yeah, my goal with this series is to eventually not really have to do as many contracts as we've been doing and rely more just on our farm, which we've been doing the groundwork for that to be the case. It just, you have to wait for the crops to be valuable. So that's kind of what we've been doing. Now, the advantage of doing those harvest contracts is I got sunflowers and soybeans in the first place because that's something we never actually grew ourselves. Although I may do soybeans on the bigger field next. Okay, so sunflower. We'll take all of. Alright, I gotta figure out where this is. So sunflower 1,600 is at Port Northwest, which is that guy up there. Okay, let's go. I don't remember the path to get there, but we'll figure it out. As a matter of fact, we can open up our bigger map. We go ahead and make the right here. We've got 8,000 plus. Almost 8,500. They sell for 1,600 per 1,000. So this should be a decent amount of money we're about to get here. And all this money came from just one harvest contract that we're about to get. It was on a fairly sizable field. All right, transfer over to this road. So as far as priorities for my farm goes, I've talked about it several times. We do need a better harvester. I would like a means to clean my equipment because I've been letting that go for a while. It's not an overly expensive thing to get, so we might actually get that after I upload a couple of these things, because the money we're about to get here should be significant enough that maybe I can afford it. It's not that expensive, honestly. Alright, let's just double check where we're going. So we're going sunflowers, 1600 is the best price. Just double checking that. Port Northwest. Where are we going for the soybeans? Oh, the soybeans actually increased to 1750. This last I checked, at least. Or was it already at that? Well, in any case, we're going to Grain Elevator East for that one. Which is where? Okay, that's that one all the way down there. So we're pretty much going to the opposite sides of the map to get that one taken care of. This place I don't remember too well how we get there, but I think if we go around this roundabout, we'll get in. Alright, where are we going? Should be close. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright, let's double check the price before we drop this. The 1600 for sunflower at Port Northwest. Okay. Offload it. So let's see how much we get out of this. So over 13,500. Really good money. Alright, let's go get those soybeans, because I'm pretty sure that price went up. I could be mistaken. I thought it was at 1700, but maybe it was at 1750 and I just forgot. Alright, so just go back home. Get the soybeans. I think as far as this goes, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut here. I'll come back once we're back to, or we're at the sell point, and we'll see how much money I'm going to get here. Okay, we're almost there. So, almost 7,400. And we're selling for 1,750, if I remember correctly. So this should be a nice bit of money we're about to get here as well. Would have been nice to have more soybeans on hand, but it is what it is. All right, let's just double check where we're going. So, Grain Elevator East, 1750. That does appear to be the best price. And as far as the map goes, that is Grain Elevator East that we're at right now. So, let's drop off. All right, excellent. So, almost 13,000 there. So we're in a good spot right now. Financially. And if we can keep this kind of stuff going, the next crop I plan to plant in our big field is going to be more soybeans. We can't do sunflowers without different equipment, so that's going to take some doing to get. But by doing contracts, we might be able to get some more of that as well. And we have a lot of canola on hands, and canola can be worth a lot. It just hasn't been yet. So whenever that comes around to being valuable, like these couple things that we dropped off are, we'll get a lot of money. So this is just kind of the thing we've been waiting for. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to drive home. And then I'm going to get the one thing that I've been holding off on because it felt like I really couldn't afford it early on. But now that we've had a decent amount of income, why not? There's other piece of equipment that's a little bit more necessary. but I don't really need until I'm ready to drop off the eggs. I guess whether or not I'm going to drop off eggs depends on whether eggs are a good price right now. So let's check that real quick. So we're looking for 3,400 value for the eggs. Let's see where they're at right now. We're going to have to scroll a bit before we see them. Yeah, I'm not seeing that price, so it's worth holding off. But it seems like Port Northwest is the closest, so if that raises up in price, we'll just keep an eye on that. Right now, I don't have a strong reason to sell the eggs. We don't have very many of them yet. And they're not really worth what we were looking for yet either, so... So no reason to rush things. Other than that, we'll just ready the field for planting. Which I'm not sure, I might do that off camera. But for right now, let's go ahead and grab one piece of equipment. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to place it just yet, or where it will even let me place it. Maybe about here. So it's kind of like in a garage stall. In any case, let's go ahead and open up the shop. It's going to be under the placeables, under miscellaneous, and it's going to be this guy here, which is a power washer. Only costs 4,500. Let's see where it'll let me place it. Will it let me... yeah, it's not going to let me place it under. We might be able to get it pretty close. Okay, I want to rotate it. Zoom in a little bit. How do I zoom in the camera? I think it's this. There we go. So we'll put it as close as we can to this stall. Without it being too much in the way. Maybe right there. That's probably gonna do it. Shouldn't be too much in the way. And we can either pull things into that garage slot, or we can just park next to it to clean things. So just to show you how this thing works real quick. Grab our tractor. We don't need the trailer though. Oh, I already detached it. So we'll go ahead and put it into the shed here. That's a little far. That'll do. Okay. Turn it on. Normally you have to press the button to get it going. For some reason it's jammed on. That's unusual. Yeah, normally I'm pressing the B button to activate this. This might just be a bug, but hey, it's getting the job done. So we can just hose it down. As a matter of fact, we might be able to reach some of this other equipment. Hose reaches a little while. Yeah, now we're at the limit of the hose. So we can wash off our various equipment. Some of this stuff is really dirty, so it's going to take quite a bit of spraying to get it done. And again, for whatever reason, the B button's not working for me right now. So I'm just going to wrap things up here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.